Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Hi, everybody. It's me, Ashley. And for you who don't know me that's watching this video, I am a young Black Dominican woman living in the United States. That's as general as I'm going to be. I decided that I wanted to start a YouTube channel because I want to be able to interact not only with women but with men around me in the world that go through struggles like I go to struggles. I'm a very literal person, and for as long as I can remember in my 23 years of life, I've had many questions. A lot of those questions I never got an answer to. Excuse me. A lot of the answers that I did get were not for me to benefit, but for the people that I was asking, if that makes sense. For example, I remember growing up, when I was like 15, that's when I got my permit. 15, 16, between the ages of 15 and 18, I really got interested in cars. I was like, I want my first car, yada, 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 yada. Okay? So me, I'm the type of person, I'm not just going to go by what one person tells me. I'm going to ask around to make sure, this is what I'm going to do. I'm the type of person, I'm very literal, and I'm too cautious, if that makes sense. Now that's good and bad, but that's something I'll discuss later. So one of the main things I did, I spoke to not one mechanic, not two, not three, but at least 5 or 6 mechanics, and they all told me the same thing. The top best cars: Nissan, Toyota, and Honda. Okay? So me knowing this and me hearing this from numerous mechanics, I remember when I was actually ready to start looking for a car, I asked one of the guys at the lot. I was like, okay, so this is my first time buying a car. Let me say that. This is my first time buying a car. Which car here do you think is best? Now, they had Honda Civics, they had this and that. First off, I'm not gonna buy no Honda Civic because I'm tall. I'm 5'9". That ain't gonna work. Anyways, I'm like, okay, let me see your cars. What's the best car you got here? The guy was like, we got a Chrysler Pacifica. Right? Okay, I'm like, alright, okay, Chrysler Pacifica. And mind you, I did my research before, but he wasn't worried about me having a car that I can rely on for several years. He was trying to give me a car off the lot. Like, he was just worried about giving me the car that was most expensive, a car so I could get out his face and he get the most money. That's what he was worried about. And he wasn't even the owner of the lot. So, long story short, this guy was trying to pursue me, and I did buy the Pacifica. I'm not gonna lie, it was the best car out. It was the best looking car out there. It had rims, it had tints in the back. All I had to do was tint the fronts. Anyway, I ended up buying the car in like not even a year, like 6 months down the road. I'm finding out now, honestly, this was my fault for not pushing it a little more. Even though I knew what I was supposed to do, they just kept going around it, and I was like, okay, whatever, I just need a car. So years, like between 6 months after I bought the car engine light came on the very next day. The first day, everything was delayed because they were trying to process my tag and the internet wasn't working or something like that. So I drove the car for the whole day. That evening I got my tag on my car. Everything was transferred. My tag was transferred to that car, etc. The very next morning, now I was driving it for 24 hours already, but the very next morning that engine light came on. I ended up finding out that the car was in an accident. It was totaled, and the accident was in the passenger rear. The tire was hanging out this way to the right. Everything is going straight. The tire is to the right, and the car is in all-wheel drive. Then I come to find out A couple weeks later, the axle in the back was broken. Long story short, we get a lot of questions. We have a lot of questions, and most of the time, some of the people that we ask for answers, they're giving us what is satisfying to them. And this is the whole process through our life, and it is really frustrating. So the reason I'm starting to realize that I need to make this YouTube channel, that I need to actually invest, like making more videos and not waiting like 2 or 3 weeks, is because I may not know everything, but I can learn something that can help you or the next person or the next person. So right now I want to talk about how we are not freaks of nature, but we're a part of nature. And I'm not gonna preach. I'm not gonna just like make this churchy. I'm not gonna do that. I have my own things that I'm working on as far as my beliefs. So I'm just gonna make this a general thing. I might quote the Bible. I might quote any other literature that pops up in my head at the moment, but I'm just gonna keep it real. I'm gonna be transparent. I was on Instagram not too long ago, and I was reading something about how black women are the toughest flowers that don't get water. But I'm not here to focus on race. I'm not here to focus on gender. I'm here to talk in general. Nowadays, people just worry about themselves. I'm gonna keep it real, and not in the way that it needs to be. They need to be focused on themselves, but more like, what can I get out of this person? What can I get out of that person? You give me what you got. No, it's not supposed to be about that. Like, we're all trying to become someone. We shouldn't try to be someone that isn't real. We need to try to be ourselves. We have a lot of people that are trying to be fake. Like, they're worried about putting masks on. They're worried about covering their faces with makeup instead of being who they truly are. What I'm trying to say is, we're living in a society where they're trying to tell you how you need to live. Not only through media, not only through your family and tradition, but even in churches. Like, the more I think about it, the more I realize, like, as a whole, we ain't doing much for ourselves. To be honest, we're not doing much for ourselves. And I think about it, the single woman, the single man, we're more worried about not being single when, to be honest, you just need to be single. For myself, I'm gonna speak for myself. I'm the type of person, like I was saying before, I'm too cautious. I'm the type of person, I can know the answer, but I want to make sure that I know the answer. I want to make sure I'm comfortable. If I don't feel comfortable, if something don't feel right, I'm not going to go into it. So that's the type of person I am. The last guy I was talking to, he acted perfect. Texted me morning, afternoon, night. Kept everything on point. But something just didn't feel right. Something just didn't feel right. And I'm like, what the heck? So I'm fighting my emotions versus my intuition versus logic. Like, something's not right, and you need to buckle up and pay attention. And I'm not gonna lie, for like a couple days, I was like, you know what? Nah, I think I'm just tripping. And he was feeding that. Oh, you don't feel comfortable? No, that's you. That's just from your past. Yada, yada, yada. Long story short, this person tried to steal from me. But I was able to stop listening to him and stop listening to what I was seeing and pay attention to what my heart was telling me, that something's not right. And long story short, he tried. He didn't do. He tried. Okay, he did a little bit, but he tried for the most part, and everything he tried to do, yeah. Even though he tried to come at you, tell us good, but whatever. We're not focusing on ourselves. I understand, society is making it pretty, like it's making it beautiful, like it ain't about being single, it's about being cute. You look to the left, you see pictures of a man and a woman all hugged up. You look to the right on Instagram, you see relationship goals. No, baby, what about your goals? Like, if that relationship don't work out, what's gonna happen? If you don't ever get in a relationship, what's gonna happen? I'm not trying to preach about being single. I'm just preaching about paying more attention to yourself. Okay, I said preacher. I'm not preaching. I'm just talking about paying more attention to yourself. Yes, I know what age I am. I'm not, a lot of people way older than me, but a lot of them are not as happy as I am. I may not have everything in the world, but I'm happy. I'm happy with who I am. I'm happy with who I'm becoming, because I'm a work in progress and I'm going to get where I need to go. A lot of people, they're not paying attention to themselves. They're thinking about being lonely. No, it's not about being lonely. It's about yourself. I've always heard, be the person that you want to be with. Alright, so me being a literal person, I'm thinking, okay, I like, dudes that's tatted up. I need to get tatted up. No, it's not even about that. It's about, what do you bring to the table? If you don't have any money, if you don't have a job, if you have nothing, what do you bring to the table? Because to be honest, all that stuff fades away. So what? You don't bring no, you all about that money, right? You all about that money. Next thing you know, you ain't making no money no more. Then what? You finna just be walking around depressed? You finna be walking around pissing me off? No, baby. No, it's not finna work out like that. It's about who you are. It's about where you're going, and nobody seems to realize that. Like me, okay, I just got in an accident earlier this month, and as of right now, I just found out that I don't have a car, right? And I was making payments, so the bank got all the money. I'm left with nothing. And I'm not gonna lie, at first I was getting upset. I'm like, oh my freaking goodness, like I've invested in this car and then these people just take it away from me. And it's just so it's slimy how them people been doing me. Like, they know I wanted to keep the car, get it fixed, whatever. They're slimy. They're trying to do what they want to do and leave me like, what the heck? And to be honest, for the first couple of hours, it was beating me up. I tell you, I wanted to cry. I wanted to break loose. I wanted to go crazy, and I'm like, what the heck, yo? But then I had to stop, and I realized, I don't know, but I realized that the same way I got that car, I can get another car. And I hate car payments, and I realized that in some way this accident was a blessing, because now I don't have to worry about no car payments. Like, I can buy a car cash and I'm good. So that's me. I'm talking for myself. But how many of us, the things that we're depending on, the things that we seem to make us who we are, how many times does that fade away and you're just stuck? Like, honestly, we're learning to depend on the things that we have. Like, we're depending on the things that we have, in any minute it can fade away. I'm not trying to say this to be religious. I'm saying this for you. I'm saying this for your soul. I'm saying this for your heart. I'm saying this for your brain. Don't let anybody else, don't let nothing else tell you who you are. You are who you are for a reason. You came in your birthday suit, and you gonna leave in your birthday suit. You can't put $1 million into your coffin. You can't do that. So at the end of the day, when you go to sleep, who are you? Are you happy with yourself? I don't know about you, but I'd rather be happy with myself. I'm just saying. But long story short, we are like flowers. You know, like that Selena song, Como la Flor. We are like flowers. We need to care for ourselves. We start out small and we grow, but take some time to think of who you are. Take some time in the silence, when there's no music playing, when the lights are off. Do you love who you are? Do you love what you're hearing? Do you love what you're becoming? Do you love what you've become? Think about it, and honestly, just let it marinate. This is Ashley. I'm signing out, but I hope you take to heart what I'm saying. I'm not saying this to be religious. I'm not saying this because I want likes. I'm saying this because it's real. I'll talk to you soon.